Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how you can create rule surfaces in SketchUp. And to do that, you need your SketchUp to be open and you need to know the very basics of the SketchUp. If you don't know it, you can go back to the previous video that we provided for you to get familiar with the application. For today's working, you are going to create these three surfaces as warm-up. And these three geometries can be created directly by using the tools provided in SketchUp. So we will go one by one. There are a few specifications that you need to fulfill for your warm-up. However, I'm going to just show you how you can create these geometries, and I'll just show you the very basic tools of it. So first, we are going to start with this little fella, and for doing that, what we need to do is, as you can see, we have a circle underneath and another circle up here, and then we have these lines going between them with a given order. So to do that, what we need to do is we are going to draw a circle and get rid of the interior part, so it's just going to be a circle. The important thing here is that for the rule surfaces, you need to use the divide tool a lot. And to do that, what you do is you select your circle, you right click on it, and you can see here the divide command. When you click on that, if you move your mouse, you can see those little red dots, which are changing their positions, dividing the circle even more or even less. So what we are going to do is I want this division to be like, I want the circle to be divided by six equal segments. So I type in six. You can see the segment numbers are over here. So I type in six and I press enter. So when I try to select my circle again, as you can see, it is only selecting the individual parts rather than the whole element. So what I need to see is I need to see the points that is it is divided. So to do that, what I will do is on this side, you will go to the styles in the SketchUp. It's a default tray. If it's not open on your SketchUp file, you can just go here and select the default tray styles, and then this part will appear. You go to styles, you select one of these. To me, I chose architectural design style, and then you will go to edit, and you will say that endpoints. So when you click on endpoints, as you can see, the places these segments are created are overridden by a number of additional geometrical points. If you want it to be more obvious, you can type in 10, so it will be even more visible. So then what we will do is we will copy and move this part to upper part. Okay, as you can see, my guideline over my cursor is uh, blue right now. It means that it is moving everything in a vertical manner. So I'm just gonna move it here. As you can see now, I have the same circle divided into two, and it is right now working as a whole same geometry. So what I will do is I will start creating these lines in between them. But to have this twisting effect or the rule surface, instead of making one by one, I will skip this one and I will put this line over here. As you can see right now, my line is tilted. And then I will continue applying the same rule. I'm not going to put it in here. I will put it on the next point to the rest of my geometry. Okay, so I am just matching these lines and these points to one another. So as you can see, I have this twisting kind of view right now. And then what I do the reverse. So it was supposed to be in here, however, I put it in here. As you can see, there is this connection when I do this. If you look at the previously generated geometry, I skipped not one but three different segments, so there are even more connection points in between those lines. So what I do, I will continue repeating this uh, rule, and in every piece, I get the cross marking. Okay, and this as well. So yeah, as you can see right now it is appearing. So if I want to create even more dots, what I will do, let's make another example. Let me get rid of all these lines in between. So I will have these two fellas divided by 7 this time. Okay. And for me, the rule is going to be, okay, I'm sorry, let me delete this one. So I will copy this one underneath to the upper floor. Okay. And then I will, let me, yeah. Then I will, instead of skipping one, okay, I will skip two different elements. Okay, I will make it like this. And I will continue to connect these things one by one again in a given order. So at the end, what I will do is going to be an even more obvious twist on the shape that I am creating. Okay, here you can see it. And now I will do the same for the opposite direction. Not the first one, not the second one, but the third one. As you can see, I again have my crossing elements. Okay, right now this is a very tight geometry that I am creating. So let me finish this. So this is connected. I will connect this to this one and this to this one in here. Okay, and this one to here. And then this one to here, which was missing this one to here. As you can see here, I have all the intersection points that I wanted. And then to create the surface, what I do is I will start connecting these two points on the same horizontal plane. Okay. As you can see, it generates the geometry. Right now, this is more like a cylinder right now. So yeah, as you can see, it is almost finished. And then I just get rid of these parts and create one create inside. So as you can see, this is twisting. And I will do the same for this geometry. Let me take it to a more reasonable place. What I will do is I will start connecting these lines in horizontal order, one by one. And then it will create another surface inside. I will delete it and I will continue to create these geometries. Okay. So after you created this whole geometry, to make it a whole component, what we will do is, let's assume that you finished this whole geometry and made it a whole surface like this. You select everything. Okay, let me do it here. You select everything in here. You make it a group. You go to the materials. You select the color you want, but I suggest you to use a gray one. As you can see, it is all done. I'm not going to finish this because, I will just do the rest of the surfaces. You can do that by yourselves. I'll make this a group and I'll just give it a color. So the geometry will be created. The same geometry is this geometry already created with the same system that I just explained to you. So Okay, this is the very first geometry that we expect you to create. So I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, and then the second one is this one. This is one of the most common ruled surface. What we will do for this is we are going to create a line. Okay, and then we are going to copy this line. Okay, and then what we will do, without dividing anything, we will hold one of these ends of the line and move it upward, and select the opposite point and move it upward as well. So what we have right now is two lines which are elevated in different directions. And then what I do, I will select this line and say divide, and I will divide it by, I don't know, 8, maybe 7. And I will divide this one by 7 as well. I suggest you to divide these things even more so that your work will have more detail. Okay, and then as you can see, there are 7 divisions in here and 7 divisions over here as well. So what I do is I will just connect these divisions to one to another. And as you can see right now, my lines are actually going in an order. And then what I do, I will select the one over here at the end, and I will divide this one by 7 as well. And I will go to this one at this end, and I will divide it by 7 again. And I will do the same thing on this side as well. As you can see, when I connect these ones, I get these cross connection points. If you don't have these, it means that your geometry is broken and you need to do it as well once more. And now I am connecting these points. And as you can see, I am getting these cross lines in each one of them, and it is finished. To make this a surface like this one, what I do is I just draw the triangulation inside the geometry like this, and it gives me the surface. So you will need to do this for all the griddle elements that you are putting inside your geometry. Once it is finished, it will look like this one. And what then you do, you're going to select everything by triple click on it, and you will again make it a group, and then you give it a color that you want. Okay, we need you to finish the whole geometry, not only a portion of it. But to keep the video simpler and shorter, I will just leave it like this. Let me make it green. I don't like it. Yeah. So the other one is this, which is one of the hardest and most complex ones. So to create this, what do we need is we need one spiral and a one axis which is going straight, right? So to create that, what I will do first is I'm going to create a circle again, and I will delete inside. And then what I'll do is I'm going to make a vertical line in here, okay? And I will draw a line around from the starting point to the end point, okay? Then what I do, I just select this simple line that I created as a triangulation. I click move, and I'm sorry, and I click on rotation, okay? I go and select the center of the circle. I click on the starting point of it, okay? And I press Control to copy it. As you can see right now, I am rotating it. And I rotate it. As you can see, the angle says it's 15. You can see it over in here. So I say, okay, now it is a 15 degree angle, and I click on it. Okay, so I created a copy of it. And without clicking on anything, I type in multiplication by 63 divided by 15 degrees, so that the geometry is going to complete itself. Okay, so I press OK. Let me try it again because it didn't happen. I'll select this one. I will go and select the center of the circle, and I just click on this. I made one, and yes. So now it is all driven. Okay. And then what I need is I will just indicate the center point of my circle because I will need it later on. Then I select all these elements, all these small multiplications that I just created, and I move it upward. Okay, I select all of them. I press Move tool. I click on a starting point, and I press on Control to copy it, and I just copy it around here. So it is now creating a whole geometry. Okay, and then I say multiply it by, I don't know, like 10. Okay, as you can see right now, it is creating a complete spiral all around the shape. And then what I do is I will going to go, this was the center of my circle. I'm going to click on that, and I will create a line, and its height going to be the end, equal to the end of this spiral. Okay, so as you can see right now, it is on the same level with the end of the all the spirals. So what I do then is I am going to delete this circle underneath by just selecting it. Okay, I will select this line, and then I will double click on a spiral that I just created. Okay, and then what I do is I'm going to move it and copy it to somewhere else. So as you can see now, I have this non-completely twisting geometry. So here it is more twisting. So you can change the dimensions of the things that you drew here. You can draw even more horizontal line, or you can make it even more elevated from the ground. So it is going to change the geometry that you created. So now what I need is how many divisions do I have in here, and how many divisions do I need to create on this generatrix, not generatrix, but the axis of the whole geometry. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 divisions. Okay, so I select this circle, this line, and I right click on it, and I say I need 11 divisions. And then what I do is I start connecting these lines one by one up to the end. Okay. So as you can see now, it is rotating. Okay. And then what I do is I'm gonna just connect these parts as well to generate the surfaces like I did in here. Okay, so we need to add the triangulation to complete the geometry. So it is done now, right? And then what I do, I am selecting all of them and I am making them a group. Okay, and I just give it some gray color. As you can see, this is another ruled surface. If you're not happy that it is not twisting enough, you can just rotate it from ground, and you can just move it upwards. You can see that now it is even more twisting. Okay, and then you can change the way it's going to look by scaling it. So this is how it is done for this geometry. If you want to get prepared for this week's assignment, what I suggest you is you can go to the front view, okay, and you can just draw simple things like this, okay, and then you can copy it, and then you can just play with the geometry like this if you want. And then what you can do, you can even change the locations of these points. They can come closer, they can go away from each other. And then, for example, for this segment, you are going to divide it by 5. And you are going to divide this one by 5 as well. For this part, maybe you will need only 3 divisions, and for its corresponding part, you will need a 3 division. Okay, so another 3 and another 3 in here, and 5, and divide it also with 5. Okay, so as you can see right now, we divided these things, and what I will do is I'm going to select all of this and I will make this a group. Okay, so these things are now separated from each other, and then I am just connecting these lines together. Okay, so at the end what I have is a ruled surface that is following an order in different segments of the design, right? So we will take a look at it in a few seconds. Okay, you see now it is like a canopy or something that it, for example, these spaces can create an architectural area that people can gather and stuff. We can increase its size, we can even make it even more depth. Okay, so it is a completely uh, special element. Then what we can do is I'm going to go to this part. Okay, I select, let me delete this. Yeah. And I select all of this. I make an offset. So I have this element. I select all this geometry. And then basically what I need to do is I'm just going to create a whole surface around this part with the pipe element. Okay. So to do that, what we will be doing is, okay, yeah. So what we will do is we have all these separated elements, okay, and I am going to create a line that is going all through them, and let me delete this whole thing and connect these points as it was before. Okay, and then what I can do is I can just make it have some depth inside. I can connect these points to create a surface. Okay, as you can see, it is generating a surface already. And then I can just move around these elements to generate a whole geometry. Okay, so it is going to be creating a place for your structural elements to fit in. As we can see, let's make it more again. And then I am just connecting these elements all together. And again, it creates a surface. So yeah, you can make some examples of these to be ready for this week's assignment. Okay, and then you can also use follow me command. You are also going to be needing that as well. And to do that, all you need to do is you're going to go to the front view and you are going to draw a circle on these elements, probably at the very beginning of them. Okay. And then you are just going to say, follow me here. Okay. The face that I want to extrude is this, and the surface is this. Okay. As you can see, I can create these pipe-like elements that. Okay, my microphone went out. So we can also use the same algorithm in here. So we can basically get rid of these elements. So if you want to go with a whole pipe-like element, what we can do is we can again create these lines. Okay, and I can select these individual parts and make this a group. Go into that group. I can draw a line, I'm sorry, a circle on this path, which is a bigger one basically. And then I can just say, follow me for this geometry to follow through. Okay. So basically, as you can see, now it has a structural property and I can just give it any material that I want. And you can even make it thicker or in different shapes. Like let's make it an hexagon. Okay, like this. And I say, follow me. I click on the surface and I generate my geometry. And I continue it to follow to the pipeline. Let me get rid of this. So I want this one to be the one. I make it follow the path with my mouse cursor. And as you can see, it generates me a surface for my structural elements to go on. So this is basically a really short brief of what you're going to do for the assignment. So you can make some trials for yourself at home. And this is all. If you have any questions, you can email me or you can ask during the course. But please make sure that you understood everything in this assignment, because for the actual assignment that you are going to make in the class will be even harder. So yeah, good luck with that. Bye bye.